Hello you lovely people, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name's Kirsten, this is where I art and craft, and today we're going to do something I've not done before. Well, I've done part of it, but I'm going to try and change it up a bit. I'm just checking this is dry. I'm wanting to make some paper using... Oh, it's not dry because it's just got wet. Oh dear. It's because it's that. Ha! Right, okay. Because I want to put it on. Using this as the image. But it needs to be thin. It's for a floating pocket. It needs to be thin, but not too thin. And I think just doing this is going to be too thin. So... the suggestion is that we put that on book page. Now I've got lots of book page and I could easily do that, but I suddenly thought, as I was pulling this apart, well, you've got this paper here as well, Kirsten. And if it was a 2-ply, I can't believe I got that wet. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll matter. I'm just going to quickly dry it. I'm going to stamp on these using these word blocks from Indigo Blue. It's word blocks 1 and 2. We've got hope, beauty, faith, love, celebrate, thanks, and charity, courage, believe, create, journey, discover. And there's lots of words that kind of explain what that word means behind. Now this is ending up, what I'm going to then do is, once I've done that, I'm going to, and then this is going to be on top of it. So this isn't going to be the top. This is going to be the top. This already has love, peace, hope on it. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see some of these other words through that napkin when I put that napkin on top of it. Did that make sense? I'm not sure it did. Hope it will as I do it. Now those stamps need properly cleaned, but for now I'm just going to put them out the side so that I can do this next bit with you, and then I will clean the stamps once the next bit is drying. I need to put PVA in here. Like so. And then I need to add some water to this. Get a brush and starting at the middle. Now a lot of people put another coat down underneath. I don't. I just go straight in with this because the PVA will, just be careful you don't tear it. The PVA will soak right through. Don't make it too wet. If you make it too wet, then you risk the risk of making your napkin too wet. It gets quite high, and then it's more likely to rip. Now I'll tell you how other people do it, just so you know. What other people do is they put a layer of PVA glue down on the silicone mat first, and then stick the napkin to the silicone mat, and then put a layer over the top as well. But I find you don't need to do that. This brush is a bit too harsh maybe. I'm going to change over to my softer brush. This one's just got softer bristles, it's just not as big. And I'm not ruining one of my big paintbrushes for glue. Just make sure it's wet If it's not wet enough, give it some more. It should go, be no longer look white. Now, as you can see, I'm not particularly bothered about wrinkles because actually I think wrinkles are all part of it. If you are somebody who's bothered about wrinkles, I suggest you don't do this. Or you do it the other way where you glue it down and make sure it's all split. Once you've stuck it all down, what you want to do is just go around with your brush and just push it in at the side a wee bit. It will help you get it off. Without this, it's very difficult to get off, even when it's on a silicone mat, because it's glued to the silicone mat and has become part of the silicone mat. This just gives you an edge where you can start peeling, and if it gets stuck, it's an edge where you can continue peeling from. So it kind of breaks the seal, so when you get to the other side you're not going to tear it off as well. So I do it the whole way round. Sorry, I didn't realise you didn't see the top of that, although I can't get the whole thing in anyway, can I? There we go. Sorry, I thought that was in. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then I will see you after lunch when hopefully it's dry and we can proceed to the next. Well, you see, now I'm thinking, let's just do that now. Let's just do that now. If I now put this one over that one while this one's still wet, so the way you would do it normally with having wet on the bottom, and just pat that all down. Let's start in the middle and just suddenly thought, why am I doing that? Why am I stopping? I don't need to stop. I should just put this one down at the same time, and then it's done. Okay, it did its stopping thing on me again. I have no idea why, but it did its stopping thing on me again. I've now put it all down. I've tucked in the edges again, and I'm now going to leave it to dry, go and have my lunch, and I'll see you when I get back. So I'm back. It's a lot later than I thought it would be, but I'm back, and this has started to come off by itself. So let's just lift this off here. It's looking as good as I hoped it would. And you can see how you just slowly peel it off, and it has this lovely, still a wee bit sticky in the centre. And that's probably because it's 2 layers of glue and tissue paper. So I'm going to let it dry some more before I do anything with it. But you have this lovely smooth side, which would be great for the inside of the pocket. And this has worked really well. I'm a bit annoyed with myself with the whole doing these ones upside down, but yeah, the bottom side's okay. I can use up to that easy enough, and if I'll be able to use bits and pieces of the rest, but there's just a little bit sticky and wet still on this side, so I'm just going to let that continue to dry there, and we'll work on this a bit more tomorrow, but I'm loving it. This is the following morning, and I've got my paper, and it's really tough, but very, very thin and very lightweight. So exactly what we need for this floating envelope. But I want to do some bits and pieces to it before we make it into the floating envelope. First thing I want to do is I just want to make these angelies stand out a bit more. And I'm just concentrating on those 4 because those are 4 I'm going to be using. Let's make it. Let's make it. So what I need to do is I need to put 22 at least. I want to count that one in and that one in. So I want to take it along here. And it's got to be no bigger than 22 high. I don't think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the top of that. So that I've still got those ones in the bottom, even though these ones in the bottom are that. Let's just go. There we go. And I think what we want to do is we want to fold like that and make that the front of the pocket. That's got to be no bigger than 11. Right, there's 2 things. There's 2 things. First thing, I want to trim off this edge here that's going to be on the inside because it's a bit bumpy. So let's just trim this off. Don't have that lumpy bit side. You can still see through it a bit, which is quite nice actually, I think. Right. Okay. I like it along the bottom here, so what I think I want to do now is decide whether I want to add any other decoration to this. I feel like a sticker or something there might be quite good, although we want to decorate this. We only want to decorate this. So I'm not going to decorate it any further. Let's stick it together then. Because if I've not to decorate it, I think I need to trim the top. Let's stick it together. If the person who receives this doesn't like the fact it's still got that thick edge at the bottom, they can trim that off and stick it. But I quite like that, so it just gives a wee bit of something. I need to actually, I'm quite okay with that as well. I'm just going to put a notch. I think I'm going to notch both bits rather than just one bit. There we go. And I'm going to ink it up. Okay, so that's my floating envelope, but what I now need to do is I need to make a clip so it can be clipped to a page, and the way we've been asked to make that is to use a paper clip. Use a paper clip, and then it can be clipped to the page. And we've been asked to make this a bit like a keyring, so I'm actually not going to use that clip. Just thinking, if we're making it as if a keyring, then actually this would be quite a good one to use. This is, they call these map paper clips. But actually it looks a bit like keyring as well, maybe. Maybe it doesn't. What else could we use? It's because it's that colour as well. I think I like it. We're going to go for that one. I'm going to go with that one. And so we've got to put, if we're doing this as a keyring, I think it wants a chain rather than a bit of fabric. That's just me. So let's make a chain. Let's use these ones. See if we can find. Anything in here that's kind of so that's too big, that's an elephant, that's too big. Those aren't suitable. No. I quite like the idea of it being a key. This one's too big. I'm going to put this in with it. But I'll put the wings on. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just like the idea of it being a key. Okay. So that's that bit. Now, where are my paper beads? Still use one of my paper ones as well. They kind of go quite well, don't they? I like that. That's going to be too much. And if I've got a bit of thin blue, well, actually I could use a bit of this, couldn't I? Maybe not. I'm wondering now about putting a bit of that across there though. No, we've not to decorate it. We've not to decorate it. We've not to decorate it. Stop it, Kirsten. Put it away to stop the temptation. Okay, so I declare trying to add a bit of lace to a paper bead an utter failure. So we'll just use the paper bead as is. We'll use, I see, because we're using those silvery wings, or maybe we won't use the silvery wings. Maybe we won't use the silvery wings at all. Yeah, let's not use those. Let's find some more beads we might want to use on here. Could use a dark blue one. Well, there's another paper bead, there's a book page bead. Well, I quite like that. That one at the bottom. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? I forgot about those, but let's put a wee spacer in between these ones. Right, let's see where we get to. We want to. We're going to put these on thread. We're going to put them on thread. Let's put them on blue green thread. And we need a beading needle. I've got to decide whether I want to put this one on or not. So here it's finished, and I decided to put on this one. I'll just keep it on its own. And it's a strong but light and thin pocket over your junk journal, so it doesn't take up any room. And the rationale behind it is this floating pocket idea is that you can clip it in. This is just my Marguerite, which was the first one I got hold of. You can clip it in wherever you want to clip it in. And then maybe you're working on this page and you've got it clipped in there, and you can have your bits and pieces in, and then when you're moving to another page you can just take it out and clip it in another page. You could leave it loose and just use the clip elsewhere. We were told we could put an extra pocket on it actually. Now I'm remembering, maybe I'll put an extra pocket on it. We want to decorate it, but I think we were told we could put another pocket on it. So I could put a little, maybe that one, or discover. Maybe on this side where there's only the one, you just stick discover down. Because these are printed upside down by mistake. Let's just do that, shall we? I remembered that although we were told not to decorate it, we were told we could add a pocket. So I've added two wee pockets up the top here, just with the same paper I made. And I love the fact they're kind of translucent, so you can see, even though I've inked them, I think you need to put something in there so that whoever receives this will know there's two little pockets in there as well as the big pocket at the back. And I ended up deciding I did want to put that other bead on there. I just felt it finished it off, so I put it on a jump ring as well and then put it on. I like it. I hope the person I'm sending to it liked it as well. All the details of the swap. This swap is from the treasured page. I opened up my swap from Melanie last week, I think it was. I'll link her below again. Melanie runs the treasured page and is the inspiration behind it all. And we're just coming up to having the swaps open up again. So I'll link her down below so that you can go and have a look at the video about this item. And I think you'll like it. I hope the person I'm sending to it liked it as well. All the details of the swap. This swap is from the treasured page. I opened up my swap from Melanie last week, I think it was. I'll link her below again. Melanie runs the treasured page and is the inspiration behind it all. And we're just coming up to having the swaps open up again. So I'll link her down below so that you can go and have a look at the video about this item. And you can also then get links to Facebook group to sign up, and you can start subscribing to her so that you can then know when she does the next bit. But for now, thank you so much for watching. You take care. Keep crafting. Bye.